3 states on the East Coast have declared a state of emergency tonight. Residents are packing up and heading out as Hurricane Earl continues to pick up strength. This could all affect travel right here in Detroit this holiday weekend. Earl is a Category 4 storm and could reach North Carolina late tomorrow. Thousands of vacationers were forced to evacuate the state's Outer Banks today. North Carolina, Virginia, and Maryland are all under states of emergency. FEMA is already shipping bottled water, generators, and 300,000 meals to North Carolina and Massachusetts. Cape Cod is also in the path of Earl and is home to 500,000 residents.
We could see watches and warnings continue to move up the East Coast. And that's why it's so important for residents to have an evacuation plan ready to go if the evacuation orders are called for.
This is the first time in almost 20 years that a hurricane has posed such a threat to the East Coast. Chief Meteorologist Jerry Hodak is tracking Hurricane Earl in the Doppler 7 Weather Center. It's a biggie.
It sure is. It's large and it's very powerful, and it is not losing any strength, although there is an area out here to the north and west where it could get a little sheared out or lose some strength here over the next several hours. But right now it's still a Category 4 hurricane. Look at the well-defined eye here, and you can see all the cities that are just going to be lined up as this storm kind of skirts the coast here over the next couple of days. Now, right now, the storm is still about 575 miles southeast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Category 4 storm with 135-mile-per-hour winds. And the path currently is going to take it just along the coast of North Carolina late tomorrow with wind speeds of at least 125 miles per hour. Now, hurricane-strength winds, however, extend out about 90 miles from the center. So even though this portion of North Carolina may not take a direct hit, it's still going to feel hurricane-force winds and, of course, heavy surf and high tides. Going to cause a lot of damage and some heavy rain, perhaps as much as 6 or more inches. And then the storm does appear to want to take a direct path over Cape Cod, maybe even over the city of Boston on Friday, so that's something we're going to have to watch. Really, hurricane watches are up all the way from Virginia on up to Massachusetts tonight, with hurricane warnings down in North Carolina. So it's going to be a large and very dangerous storm as we go through the end of the week and into the weekend. We'll keep on top of it and have the very latest developments right here. We're going to see some weather here as well, some wet weather, that is, maybe even a thunderstorm or two. I'll be back with those details coming along in just a few minutes.
All right, Jerry, thank you for that. A storm this big, you know, is going to have effects. Action News reporter Glenda Lewis is live at Metro Airport tonight with more on just how Earl will be affecting your travel. Glenda?
Well, Stephen, several passengers flying into Detroit Metro from most of those major cities along the eastern seaboard found themselves stuck in place for a while tonight. How long have you been traveling today?
24 hours. I miss my bed.
Athena Akram and her father finally made it to Detroit Metro Airport all the way from Bangladesh. But it was when they got to New York that Earl effects became an issue.
Well, first they said there was a lot of clouds in the air and it's going to take about, several minutes. They said several minutes to take off, but it ended up about an hour or so.
At least 5 major U.S. airlines are scrambling to help passengers flying into the path of Hurricane Earl for the Labor Day holiday weekend. Delta is one of those carriers, but thankfully Athena's flight got back to Detroit. Now she just has to wait for a ride.
We were on the flight and then they said, oh, there's a jam of 15 to 20 flights ahead of us that had to go, for takeoff. But everyone was patient. Everyone was okay.
And Delta is one of those major airlines offering passengers a one-time change fee to their flight schedule for Thursday and Friday. So if you have one of those tickets, you might want to check with your air carrier if you're flying into the path of Hurricane Earl. Live at Detroit Metro, I'm Glenda Lewis, Channel 7 Action News. Carolyn, back to you.
Yeah.